Good morning guys, so it's just past 4 a.m, just left home, 605 miles to go roughly. And going into the headwind while it's lighter, and then swing back round in the tailwind. Single cycling around here, you can't avoid the wind. You just have to accept you're going to go slower one way and quicker the other. It was a bit soul destroying this morning. Woke up, 2-day test, feeling a little bit nervous, and boom, I read a comment from someone, I won't say who, saying, "I'll be surprised if you could do that." Cheers mate, thanks for the boost of confidence. Home after my first stint of 160k. I've had 2 minutes off the bike. I think that's purely just to stop to weep. So it's good. Feel okay. So getting through my second block. Weather's not ideal, as you can see. And do you know what? I'm tired. I've just been riding for maybe 10.5 hours. We carry on. I seem to hit a point where I feel crap and then I just stay like that for a while. So I got home and I'm a little bit behind schedule, about 40 minutes an hour, which is okay because I've had this absolute drastic wind and my riding speed's been really slow. So just coming into the evening now. Look at that, how beautiful. I'm now just heading home. So miles are a little bit short today, but I'm happy with what I've learned. Tomorrow, I'm gonna get up early, I'm gonna do it all again and try and get better at this. Happy days. .320 and we're up. We are. Hey. Yeah. He's ready to go. So just started riding. Surprisingly, I don't feel too bad. You know, like I haven't got any bad aches. You know, I could have done with an extra couple of hours of sleep, but that's an option I'm not going to have when I do this week record. It's about 6:30. I got about 40 miles on the clock. That's 70k. Yeah, I feel okay. It takes me a few hours to get into the swing, if I remember correctly. I'm a believer that it takes a certain amount of conditioning to be a good long distance rider. I don't believe you can just be really fit and athletic, jump on a bike and smash that long distance. Impossible. I think it takes a long time to condition your body to take up with the abuse it gets. Like, I'll level with you, my bum hurts right now, I'm struggling to get my heart rate up, my legs feel super tender, but I'm still riding. But it's not gonna be easy, it never will be easy. Got home after my first stint today, so this little one, hello, and yeah, feeling pretty tired, but I'm okay, you know, like it's expected, isn't it? So I've just popped home again to get my rain jacket, and I feel like an absolute turd. Hello guys, how are we all? So obviously, hi guys, so as you can see, I'm not riding anymore. I'm chilling here with my little Barbie Ivy. Here she is. Yeah. And I want to tell you a little bit about yesterday. And I actually decided to finish early yesterday. So Obviously in the last video you can see I just got back after my first stint, so I went out for my second one, a couple of hours in. It started to rain quite heavily and I realised I didn't have my rain jacket, so I popped home. And I'd been really feeling a bit off the gas for about an hour at this point. And when I got back, I just really struggled for anything energy-wise. And I don't know why, it felt really, really weird. Like, I've done a lot of ultra cycling, so I know when things are feeling right and when they're not. I noticed my heart rate had come down so silly on these rides. But anyway, long story cut short, I got in and then I kind of mustered some energy together and tried to go out again. And then just ended up turning straight around and coming in again. I spoke to Neil and just said, I just can't really do this, mate. I just don't feel right. So anyway, I went for a shower and I dozed off on the couch for a little bit after. And I woke up feeling really quite poorly. I felt really fevery, felt like I had a full-blown cold just out of absolutely nowhere, along with a crazy headache. And I started thinking, God, what has happened? What has happened to me? So I don't really know why I felt like that. It just kind of happened, and it was a really unfortunate way to end 2 days, but I took a lot of positives and I took a lot of negatives away from doing this 2-day test. So I want to talk about the positives first. The positives are, I felt great on the bike. You know, I was really comfortable, felt good all the time. My heart rate was nice and low and everything just felt so controlled. The next thing was I really nailed the nutrition this time. I was eating enough, I was drinking enough, and I just felt fueled. And that's such a weird thing to say, but I just felt really, really fueled and really, really good the whole time. The bike felt amazing. It was perfect. You know, Ritchey have made such a comfortable endurance bike. Even though it's a gravel bike, it's such a nice bike to ride endurance-wise. So let's talk about the negatives. Firstly, the routes were too long. You know, I was doing 160k loops and that was just too long. Way, way, way too long. It felt like such a mission going out to do a century each time and come home. It meant I was carrying a lot more food and water than I wanted to. And genuinely, it made it really difficult when you're kind of doing these outs and backs and you're going into wind and stuff like that. It just made it really feel quite challenging each time. So in the future, I'm going to drop those loops from 160k to 100k, so 60 miles. The next thing was my speed. It wasn't as quick as I wanted it. Don't think it ever would be. But it was one of these situations where I was actually losing about 40 minutes on the first day due to not being as quick as I wanted. And 40 minutes is a very long time. You know, that could be 10 miles. That could be 40 minutes sleep. You know, it was quite a lot. So I was a bit disappointed on that. The roads were awful. The surfaces, like, it wasn't silky smooth. So I planned these routes because they were flat, but they were really gritty, gravelly roads where they'd been worked on or being worked on. So that really slowed me down. But not only did it slow me down, it just made me uncomfortable. It was just really annoying because it meant I was really having to focus and concentrate on what I was doing all the time. So that's something that definitely needs to be changed. Another thing I didn't get very right was I actually went into this quite unrested. So I was doing some quite big efforts on the bike and then I rested for 2 days, then went into this. When I actually got kind of advised by Neil to sit out for a few more days, but because I wanted just to get on with it, I pushed on too quickly. So that didn't help. I wasn't ready to go in and do those kind of miles straight away. I needed more recovery. So the last thing I want to talk about is the weather. The wind was just too strong on the days that I picked to do this. And it was raining like every few hours, so I was just getting soaked, dry again, soaked, dry again. It was really testing for me personally. So unfortunately, what I'm really going to have to do is be flexible on the week that I actually do this to make sure the weather is spot on, because it had a huge effect on what I was doing compared to what I thought it was going to. Overall, I'm happy because this is a journey of learning. This isn't going to be something that's just going to be like, oh yeah, I'll smash out 500k a day for 7 days straight. I can't believe everything has to be thought about so much. It's really, really difficult, but I'm really happy with what I learned from this. So shorter routes is definitely going to be a thing.
getting the weather right is definitely going to be a thing, but I feel really confident in myself because of the way I rode and for how far I rode. It ended up at like maybe 400 miles, so I was happy with the progress, I really was. But this is just another learning curve, and like Neil Turn Cycling, the guy who's coaching me to get this, was saying to me, you know, this is what we need to do. We need to see what's going to go wrong. We need to see where we can improve and do these days. So I must admit, I am excited, but I can't believe how hard this is going to be. But we can do this. It's about the journey, yeah? So today, guys, is my birthday. So I'm going to upload this video and then I'm going to go eat an absolute crazy amount of cake and have a few beers and just get back on with life, I guess. Thanks for watching. If you like my dog, hit like. If you want to comment, tell me what you think, comment. If you want to become a subscriber and hopefully see me eventually get this record, do it. Let's do it.